are joining you live in Mount Gilead, Ohio on Military Night here in Mount Gilead, Ohio. Mount Gilead Indians taking on the Upper Sandusky Rams. It's going to be a great one. Some hard-hitting, fast-paced football action tonight. We got the Crown Chrysler Jeep Ram pregame show coming up next.
Comeback.
3, 2, 1, let's go.
Morrow County Hospital, along with Ohio Health, is the official sports medicine provider of Mount Gilead High School. Available 24/7 to care for your athlete, with same-day appointment options available. They keep your athletes healthy and in the game. Morrow County Hospital and Ohio Health are proud to partner with Mount Gilead High School to provide a healthier community, serving teams, parents, and all of Morrow County.
Everybody struggles sometimes. When you need someone to talk to, call 988 or text HelpLine to 898-211 to reach the Suicide and Crisis Hotline. When you reach out to 988, hope always answers.
Crown Chrysler Jeep Ram pregame show coming right to you. This is Bryce Coder on play-by-play, and I like him, you like him, we all like him. Ike Arrington on color commentary tonight. Let's take a look at our pregame show. First, we're going to take a look at the Upper Sandusky Rams, their team spotlight. Quickly, we're going to take a second for So our team spotlight, the offensive stats last game, 20 for 39 passing and 17 carries, 172 rushing yards on the game. But on the other side, offensive woes also holding the Upper Sandusky Rams back last game with 2 forced fumbles, 2 back-to-back INT pick sixes, and 5 total turnovers on the game during week 1. They're going to look to hold on to the ball. Next, we're going to take a look at the player spotlight for Upper Sandusky. We're looking at Kaden Holman at 6'2", 195, and senior. He's got the maturity and the physique to be able to stand up in this game. Last game, he had 227 passing yards, 3 touchdowns passing, and 90 rushing yards of the 117. It was almost a one-man show. Now we're going to take a look at the Mount Gilead Indians. They're 1-0 on the season after picking up a 15-8 victory over Triad with 269 total yards, 178 rushing yards. And they had 4 ball carriers with 5+ rushes. Next, we're going to take a look at the player spotlight for Mount Gilead. And we've got Cole Fricke, the quarterback and defensive back. He's only a sophomore, but don't let that fool you. He has risen to the starting position on this young Mount Gilead team. Last game, He had 91 passing yards and a touchdown to his name, also a rushing touchdown, looking to lead the Indians into another victory this weekend. Now, the keys to victory for Upper Sandusky, it's going to be retain possession as much as you can. We saw those offensive woes holding them back and pretty much allowing that win to happen during week 1. They're going to look to tighten up, but they also want to stop that run. Mount Gilead only 5 for 10 on passing last game. So you know they're looking to run, and with all those different ball carriers, they're looking for deception in that backfield. Now we're going to take a look at Mount Gilead's keys to victory. They're going to look to maintain grit. They forced a safety last game, a really key safety that gave them sort of that safety going into the late quarters. They forced a couple of fumbles, 2 of them they jumped on. They want to execute scoring opportunities. This is something that Coach Reed talked about. They had several opportunities to push the ball downfield, but just didn't convert. They're looking for several more scoring opportunities, but also to execute as many as they possibly can. That was a nice little treat. We're getting a look at the Mount Gilead band as they form a script MG. Enjoy the sights and sounds as we tune you into the audio. Coming up in just 5 minutes, we've got kickoff coming your way for Football Friday night action here in Mount Gilead as the Upper Sandusky Rams are taking on Mount Gilead. We're going to take a quick break. You're watching high school football live and free on the OH Report.
Are you ready for the comeback?
Morrow County Hospital, along with Ohio Health, is the official sports medicine provider of Mount Gilead High School. Available 24/7 to care for your athlete, with same-day appointment options available. They keep your athletes healthy and in the game. Morrow County Hospital and Ohio Health are proud to partner with Mount Gilead High School to provide a healthier community, serving teams, parents, and all of Morrow County.
Everybody struggles sometimes. When you need someone to talk to, call 988 or text HelpLine to 898-211 to reach the Suicide and Crisis Hotline. When you reach out to 988, hope always answers.
Bryce Coder in the OH Report here with my color commentator, Ike Arrington. Ike, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing good, Bryce. How about yourself?
I'm doing absolutely fantastic as we're watching some Mount Gilead versus Upper Sandusky Rams, and you and myself are actually Mount Gilead alumni.
Indeed we are. I'm not sure what all you were got up to in high school, but I actually was a part of the band for 2 years, and I was a part of the football team for 2 years as well.
So you're definitely in familiar territory then. So in the time that you were in high school and playing football to now, what are the changes that you're seeing in Mount Gilead football culture?
Well, I've definitely seen in the past couple of years we have gone through a couple of different coaching changes. I played under a completely different coach. There have been, I think, 2 coaching changes since I was in high school. They went and had Joe Rule as a coach for a while, and now we are seeing Mike Reed in his 2nd season as Mount Gilead's coach, and we have actually started somewhat of a winning tradition here, where rather than having losing seasons, we're going 50% and higher. And so that is definitely something that has definitely not always been something that we've seen here at Mount Gilead. We've always had pride. We've always taken losses in stride, but now we're winning and also taking that in stride as well. And I definitely like seeing that the football team has actually, I think, gotten a little bit bigger since I was here as well.
And that's amazing. And, you know, the one thing that we love more than our alma mater is great football. So we're going to give Upper Sandusky a fair chance tonight. And I think they're going to play some great football, tighten up on some of those messes, you think?
Oh, yeah, I definitely think Upper Sandusky is a good team. They were actually, I believe, playoff contenders last year. And, of course, they have lost quite a few seniors. They're a younger team, but that younger team now has a bit of experience under their belt with that first game of the season, and now we're going to get to see how they fare against Mount Gilead, who has a very good mix.
So you think we're going to see a whole different team out of the Rams tonight?
I think that we are going to see a lot of correction from that first week when it comes to the Rams. I don't think we're going to see them be as loose with the ball. I think that's definitely something that the coach focused on in practices all week.
Great points, and we're about to get underway. It's number 13, Mason Barnum. He's going to kick the opening kickoff of the game. And we are underway, received by number 23 as he's peeling out wide right, slips inside, sees a little bit of space, but gets tripped up somewhere around that 48-yard line.
Not a particularly far kick, but a very good return, getting past the 45-yard line.
And we're going to take a look at the offensive starters now. Kaden Holman for the Upper Sandusky Rams, Damon Ward, Ethan Hill, Gavin Frey, Caleb Francis, Ethan Lewis, Ben Taylor, Derek Barr, Jacob Lukart, Cale Vance, and Hayes Schuster. First snap of this game, Holman back in the pistol. Relieves the running back, looks to the left, a little dump pass over to the receiver, slips through a couple of defenders, but taken down around the Mount Gilead 45. Now we're going to take a look at the defensive starters. We've got Brian Sayers, who's actually going into the Army on military night. Shane Carpenter, Hayden Crane, Cam Vickers, Gabe Simpson, Mason Barnum, Carson Barnum, Logan High, Jacob Wilt, Carson Trainer, and Cole Fricky. As it's a short run.
Run may have been short, but he got all he needed to move the chains.
So it will be a first down, 1st and 10 on the 41. They consider the play. The clock is still running. As they are now getting the motion for the play call. Holman one in the backfield. Movement in the backfield. He's going to roll out right for an option, flips it, and a run towards the sideline. He's going to be brought down around the 32-yard line, so starting to make distance into Mount Gilead territory.
Number 15, Gabe Simpson, brought the carrier down for the Indians.
Now only a short distance to the goal, only about 5 yards. And the snap, another handoff. A little misdirection. He's brought down right around that 41-yard line.
Number 62, Brian Sayers.
that's going to bring up 3rd and 1. And the first third down opportunity that we've seen tonight. We'll see how Upper Sandusky plays this, how they try to attack this defense. Snap is off, alone in the backfield. Again, looks to the left, and completion runs it across around the 27-yard line. So it's going to be another first down. Upper Sandusky again moving the chains. So along those left hash marks is where Upper Sandusky will take over again on first down. And the snap, fakes a throw. No, it's going to be a play action, throws it to the right, going to be brought down around the 20-yard line. And a good mix we're seeing, wouldn't you say, Ike?
Definitely seeing a good mix from Upper Sandusky. They're doing a really good job of kind of keeping Mount Gilead on their toes with both the pass game and run game. They're doing a really good mix and really just making sure that they're deadly either way.
Absolutely, and after committing to that run a couple of times, going to that play action, it even fooled me for a second where I thought they were handing it off. And the snap is off, looks towards his right, but slips inside a hole in the middle, continues to fight towards the 15-yard line. And another first down as Upper Sandusky continues to nickel and dime their way up the field on this long drive.
Now, see, as you can see in the replay, Upper Sandusky's line is doing such a good job. Mount Gilead is getting no penetration. But once Mount Gilead figures out how to get through that offensive line and make the quarterback panic, I think we're going to see a completely different ball game from Upper Sandusky.
Great point. And Holman snaps alone in the backfield, looks to the right, rolls out, can't find anybody, just dumps it towards the goal line. About a yard from being picked off by Fricky, but Fricky too late, incomplete, bring up 2nd and 10.
And see, we see exactly the point that I just brought up illustrated perfectly. As soon as Mount Gilead got that penetration, the quarterback had to run, and just he couldn't find anybody. Maybe he was panicking. Maybe there was nobody open.
Right, trying to get outside those hash marks and trying to avoid that intentional grounding penalty even potentially. And so 3 wide receivers left for Holman. 1 behind him in the backfield. The snap, fumbles the snap, and it looks like Mount Gilead's going to jump on top of it. They certainly think so, and it is going to be called for Mount Gilead. So the offensive woes with the turnovers continuing early on for Upper Sandusky as Mount Gilead jumps on top of a fumble on the 20-yard line. They're going to take over from there.
As you can see right there on the replay, once again, like I said, we are seeing a completely different team. Now that Mount Gilead has figured out how to get penetration, Mount Gilead going harder and faster on that line, making sure they're getting off the ball first and making sure that they're hitting that line before they become aware of what exactly is happening, allowing them to get into the backfield and recover that fumbled snap.
An amazing awareness there. And so Fricky with his first snaps it, low snap, he's going to take it up the middle himself. Doesn't look like it's going to be much of a gain as he gets taken down around the line of scrimmage.
Stop on a play by number 2, Damon Ward.
So 2nd and 9, it was a gain of 1. And play being relayed on. Approaching the line and 1 wide out left. 3 receivers inside on the right. The snap looks out to the right. It's an option, throws it outside, but he's going to be stuffed in the backfield for a loss.
Elliott Jones on the pitch out. Stop for a loss on the play.
Elliott Jones stopped for the loss. Ethan Hill, the left cornerback, attacking that gap and getting outside quickly.
Now, see, patience is definitely something that is very important when you're in the quarterback position. And what we saw there was what was an option, but Cole just, I don't think, held onto that ball long enough to sell and pull the defense over to him. They were zoned in on Jones the whole time.
And the blitz runs into the man in the backfield. A throw off to the right side, almost intercepted. Max Martinez with the near pick, the free safety. That's going to bring up 4th and 11 for Mount Gilead. Gavin Frey back to receive the punt alongside of Ethan Hill. Vickers kicking. And the punt, and it's a deep one towards the sideline. It's going to be over his head, and they're just going to let it roll out towards the 20-yard line. And that's where Upper Sandusky is going to begin. And so a booming kick goes right over Frey's head. Mount Gilead just collects it right there. You can see our comments there. Dora Rule Brown says, "Let's go Mount Gilead Indians." Go Jake Wilt. Logan High. Cam Vickers, says Joe Keene. Watching from Hudson, Florida Gulf Coast. That's what we love to see.
Good for
Being
you.
able to provide great football action to you. Fumble, absolutely. And the throw off to the right. It's going to be completed and brought down around the 42-yard line. As a great job of getting up and going for Upper Sandusky. And Holman with one in the backfield. Motion from Frey. The snap, a handoff. No, he's going to take it himself. Peels out towards the left side. Taken down by the outside corner. Likely would have picked up a lot more if it wasn't for that tackle. And just busts outside. Sees daylight and pursues it. So Damon Ward in the backfield, 3 wide receivers right, 1 in motion towards the left side. Now 2 and 2 split. 1 running back in the backfield looks to pass towards the right side, finds Frey. He's going to peel out towards the middle and be brought down, but it is going to be a first down in Mount Gilead territory around the 46-yard line. Holman again with Ward in the backfield. Frey in motion. The snap. It's a pitch to the running back, but he slips. He's going to be down right around the 51-yard line. Those turf woes.
I'll tell you this, I always hated playing on turf. I still do. Even in my adult life playing rugby, turf fields are just no fun.
Really hard to get your footing. You never really know if you have your footing or not when you plant your foot.
Exactly. And it can lead to a lot of injuries because you never know exactly what direction your body's going to go and which way your legs are going to go.
Holman, Ward in front of him along that offensive line. 3 wide receivers right, 1 wide left. The snap, looks to pass, looks to the right, towards the sideline, caught by number 7. He's going to be brought down. So they will be close to making up that yardage they lost. But 3rd down and about 10 So a big spot for this Rams offense as they fumbled in their first possession, looking to get redemption. Holman alone in the backfield, 2 wide receivers right, 2 left, looks to the left, can't find anybody, but he's slipping outside, finds number 7 for a deep pass. He's crossing into Mount Gilead territory, brought down around the 10-yard line. So not only did they get the first down, they got several more. And the Rams in red zone. So Mount Gilead looking for a big stop. As one's being pulled off. Holman snaps. And it is going to be a sack by about everyone on the offensive line.
Now there you see again, Mount Gilead really coming off the ball quick, getting through that line before they even had a chance to know what was happening.
And what do you think happened there with that play? Do you think they were just trying to get a playoff before the delay of game, or?
I highly doubt that. I think that, yeah, just a miscommunication is all that happened.
Gotcha. So Holman snaps it, looks towards the end zone, deep corner pass, a fade. He's going to catch it, and the referee says touchdown. So with 2:41 left in the first quarter, the Upper Sandusky Rams are going to be the first to score, leading 6-0 in Mount Gilead territory. And now Upper Sandusky looking to convert the extra point. And so some wind out of the sails. The Mount Gilead defense, they picked up the big fumble on the first drive, but giving it up a touchdown. Not much spark offensively so far for Mount Gilead. So Damon Ward to kick the PAT, but it's going to be an offsides on Mount Gilead. So again, back to kick the PAT is Damon Ward. Number 23, Ethan Hill, placeholder. And the snap, the kick is good. Upper Sandusky leading this. Oh, no good. No good. The kick is no good. Wide. Another look at that quickly. And that is wide, so Upper Sandusky is leading 6-0 over Mount Gilead. You're watching high school football live and free on the OH Report.
Everybody struggles sometimes. When you need someone to talk to, call 988 or text HelpLine to 898-211 to reach the Suicide and Crisis Hotline. When you reach out to 988, hope always answers.
And welcome back to the Mount Gilead Upper Sandusky game. We're going to take a look at that touchdown again. We're seeing a little bit of communication in the backfield from the quarterback, and then finds his man Martinez streaking towards the end zone, hits him right on the money.
And a great play, and we've seen a lot of variance from this Upper Sandusky team. We did see them, kind of rescind back with that early fumble, but able to convert later on in that, we saw some play actions, we saw some runs, we saw obviously passing for the passing touchdown. Are you liking what you're seeing from Upper Sandusky this week?
I definitely like what I'm seeing from Upper Sandusky, and they're coming with a lot of energy. They're coming with a fire in them to try and correct that loss from last week.
And Ward's going to kick off. Mount Gilead receives around the 20-yard line, peeling towards the left sideline, and brought down around the 38-yard line. The offensive starters for Mount Gilead, we got Cole Fricky, Elliott Jones, Gabe Simpson, Logan Hyde, Jacob Wilt, Cam Vickers, Mitchell Sayers, Brian Sayers, Miguel Martinez, Hayden Krint, and Shane Carpenter. So Mount Gilead taking over on the 39-yard line, their own 39-yard line, 1st and 10.
So I think that the big question that we have to look at here is what adjustments did Mount Gilead make on the sideline after that 3-and-out the last drive?
Great point, and we'll definitely be on the lookout for that in this drive, as not much success on the first one, but could be turned around. The snap from Fricky. It's a handoff towards the left side, finds a small gap, maybe gains a couple, but forward progress is going to bring him down. Elliott Jones with the run.
Brings up a 2nd down and 9.
So a 2nd and 9 scenario now for Mount Gilead. Fricky with Jones in the backfield, 1 wide receiver left, 2 wide right. And the snap, it's another handoff, this time towards the right. No, Fricky's going to keep it up the middle, but Upper Sandusky fooled for a couple of yards, but not many.
Now, see, what we saw there was what I was talking about the last time that we ran an option play, which that was a read play, but Cole had the patience to look at that, to keep that ball in his own hands, read the defense, and think, no, I think I have a better chance of getting more yards if I keep it myself.
So maybe a little bit of spark in this drive is what you're seeing.
I think that we're definitely seeing a little bit more patience from the quarterback.
Okay, a 3rd and 7 scenario. Big spot for Mount Gilead. The snap looking right, pressure from the right side. And he's going to be brought down for a sack. Ethan Lewis with the sack. So that's going to bring up 4th and 10 for Mount Gilead. So not an ideal drive on this one either, as they're not finding much luck.
It looks like Mount Gilead is having a hard time finding their rhythm and catching their stride against this Upper Sandusky defense. Upper Sandusky is big. They always have been. They definitely have a size advantage on the line against Mount Gilead.
And so receiving in the backfield, he is absolutely drilled.
Looked like he might have ran into his own man. I'm not entirely sure.
Let's get a look at that replay. So rolls out towards his right, and there's a contact.
Definitely
Just took him off his feet.
Ran into his own number 8 there, Dalton Shock.
So Upper Sandusky is again going to take over this time with only 25 seconds left in the first quarter. Leading this one 6-0 over Mount Gilead. Mount Gilead's military night. We get a look at those camo uniforms. And all retired and active duty military received free admission to tonight's game. So 2 wide receivers, right, 1 left. Holman takes over again, this time on the 21. 1st and 10, man in motion in the backfield. Handed off to Ward. Ward finds a hole on the right side. That's going to be a big gain for about 12 or 13 yards. As Upper Sandusky continues to pound the ball down the field. Their 7th first down of the quarter. Mount Gilead still looking for their first. 9 seconds left and the clock running. We'll see if they try to get a play in. And the snap with 1 second left, a run to Ward, and he's going to be brought down around the line of scrimmage, and that's going to bring an end to the first quarter. Upper Sandusky leading 6-0 over Mount Gilead. You're watching high school football live and free on the OH Report.
Are you ready for the comeback?
Morrow County Hospital, along with Ohio Health, is the official sports medicine provider of Mount Gilead High School. Available 24/7 to care for your athlete, with same-day appointment options available. They keep your athletes healthy and in the game. Morrow County Hospital and Ohio Health are proud to partner with Mount Gilead High School to provide a healthier community, serving teams, parents, and all of Morrow County.
Everybody struggles sometimes. When you need someone to talk to, call 988 or text HelpLine to 898-211 to reach the Suicide and Crisis Hotline. When you reach out to 988, hope always answers.
Yeah, it's the comeback. Are you ready for the comeback?
Bryce Coder with the OH Report here with Ike Arrington, my color commentator for the night. Here in the second quarter, beginning with Upper Sandusky having the ball. And so a 2nd and 10 scenario as Ward was brought down at the line of scrimmage to end the first quarter. Holman with Ward in the backfield again. 3 wide receivers left. The snap and the handoff to Ward. He just barrels downhill for a gain of about 3.
Now, what we saw there from Upper Sandusky's line, using that size advantage to push Mount Gilead out of the way, really brought open just a wide hole for him to run through. He wasn't touched until he got to the secondary.
So some good heads-up running from Ward this time. 5 wide receivers out. Ward on that right side, 2 on the left, 3 on the right. 2 safeties for Mount Gilead. 2 outside linebackers. A snap from Holman alone in the backfield. Rolls out, can't find anybody, but a throw over the middle, and it's on target to Ward. Ward's going to break down towards downfield. Some contact, and he's going to be brought down around the 8-yard line. So a huge pickup for Upper Sandusky as they advance deep into Mount Gilead territory.
Now, what we saw there, we really saw Mount Gilead finally got a little bit of penetration, but we saw the quarterback roll out, and just nobody was able to catch him until it was too late. And then Ward breaking through that tackle and gaining as many yards as he could, making fantastic field position.
And so 1st and goal on the 8-yard line.
Timeout on the field.
And a timeout.
We are celebrating military tonight.
We'd like to thank tonight's sponsors, Ohio Means Jobs, Morrow County. Need a current job list, help with your resume, or practice interviewing? Morrow County, Ohio Means Jobs provides many services that can assist you. Stop in or give them a call at 419-946-8480. Morrow County Hospital, providing great care locally so patients do not have to travel far to receive quality expert health care. North Central State College, providing individuals with the knowledge, skills, and inspiration to succeed in their own path. HelpLine of Delaware and Morrow counties. Are you a friend, a family member, struggling with depression, thoughts of suicide, or other mental health concerns? HelpLine is here to listen 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Call or text our free confidential suicide and crisis line at 988, that's nationally, or text HelpLine to 898 2-1-1. So Upper Sandusky, after the timeout, 10:48 left on the clock. Again, that motion from the wide receiver in the backfield, a bit of misdirection. Ward taking it, bouncing off the blocker, and he's going to score again. The score is now 12-0. As things threaten to get out of hand for Mount Gilead here at home.
Definitely is a bit going to be a bit of concern for Mount Gilead. They need to find a way to stop Ward, get him, like, not necessarily out of commission. That's not what I'm trying to find. They need to just keep their eyes on him and make sure that they can minimize his damage that he's doing. Because right now, we're seeing Upper Sandusky not really looking to the pass much at all. I mean, they only have a fraction of the passes that they do runs, which is pretty normal, but they have no need to pass the ball because their run game is just so deadly right now.
And Upper Sandusky throws the ball towards the back of the end zone, so it is still going to be 12-0. Upper Sandusky leading this one. You're watching high school football live and free on the OH Report.
Morrow County Hospital, along with Ohio Health, is the official sports medicine provider of Mount Gilead High School. Available 24/7 to care for your athlete, with same-day appointment options available. They keep your athletes healthy and in the game. Morrow County Hospital and Ohio Health are proud to partner with Mount Gilead High School to provide a healthier community, serving teams, parents, and all of Morrow County.
Yeah, it's the comeback. Are you ready for the comeback?
Bryce, Coder, Ike, Arrington back live in Mount Gilead, Ohio, as Mount Gilead is trailing in this one 12-0 to Upper Sandusky. Upper Sandusky threatening to deal Mount Gilead its first loss of the season, but in pursuit of that, gaining their own win. A look at that touchdown run from Damon Ward straight into the end zone.
All right, here we are setting up for another kick return by Mount Gilead. Hopefully they can do more damage with it than they did last time. Their last two drives, they have only been able to accomplish a 3-and-out.
And so a short kickoff received around the 25-yard line, stumbles forward towards the 39. It's number 4, Carson Trainer. So Mount Gilead coming out again, looking for answers against this Upper Sandusky defense, which has been lights out up to this point, giving up 42 points to Northmore in week 1. They indeed have tightened up their shifts, and in fact stopped the run, as our keys to victory suggested. It's been effective. So Fricky snaps. Looks out right. The throw to number 15, incomplete, a bit high, and he bats at it. That's Gabe Simpson playing in that second running back position. Now 2nd and 10, Mount Gilead on their own 40. Fricky back to the huddle. They're going to take a long think over how they approach the rest of this drive and, by definition, the rest of this half.
I think it even goes as far as the rest of the game, because so far we've been really trying to rely on the run game, which there just hasn't been anything there. And then we're not seeing much in the way of pass protection, but there we really got to see it.
And so number 3, Logan High, slipping outside towards the left side, taken down the 45-yard line. So for the first time tonight, Mount Gilead will be in Upper Sandusky Rams territory.
Once again, we would like to recognize our number 62 being a military night
So this big secondary from Upper Sandusky, but the sly and speedy side of Mount Gilead trying to give them this advantage. 2 wide receivers right, 1 left as Fricky takes it himself, bounces outside, potentially breaks a tackle, picks up about 2 yards.
Now, see, I got to respect the play call there. They just passed and saw success, and then they set up with a wide formation, making it look like they're going to the pass again, and then running. So I got to give credit to the thought process of the coach. However, 1 successful pass is not going to be enough to open up that run game.
Perhaps that deception going to be something that we see again later on in this game. 2 wide receivers left and right. Fricky alone in the backfield. Looks to pass. It's a deep one to the running back. It's going to be over his head. Incomplete. That's going to bring up 3rd and 8. That would have been a big one if completed, likely all the way to the house.
You always hate to see stuff like that. There was nobody around him up until he got to the secondary there, where Ethan Hill really started catching up to him. Throw was just barely out of reach of Logan High.
And a big 3rd and 8. We've seen a couple of these from Mount Gilead so far. We'll see how they approach this. The snap, looking left and right. Hit as he throws. Fricky almost intercepted by Ward in the backfield. That's going to bring up 4th down. Fricky a bit slow to get up. Seems to be shaking it off. Now on 4th and 8. Mount Gilead will punt. Gavin Fry back to receive. The snap. Vickers with the punt. It's a shorter one than we saw last time, right inside the 20-yard line. It's going to roll and be touched down by Mount Gilead around the 11-yard line. So a good job of placement by Vickers to get it right close to the 10-yard line.
So what we're seeing,
Looking close at this, it actually hit number 8 on Upper Sandusky. Perhaps a missed call by everyone. Great call out by our producer, Adam. The camera guy, actually, Jeremy Peoples, with the great call out. So it would have been a Mount Gilead recovery, but instead a handoff to Ward.
Oh!
And he is almost suplexed in the backfield.
Wow. You know, sometimes defensemen are really just left with no choice. We've really been seeing that Ward has been hard to bring down all game. I don't think that our defenseman there from Mount Gilead was really left with much choice.
Especially that powerful running we've seen so far, but instead we're seeing a bit of variance in the backfield for Upper Sandusky as Chase Thiel is lining up with Holman now. Holman looking, rolling out. He's in trouble. He's going to be brought down around the 1-yard line. We will see if they call it a safety.
Nope, looks like they're going to mark him down at the 1, although it was awfully close. It was a good heads up by the quarterback, making sure he was able to get a step in and get out of the end zone.
And so pursuit by number 62, Brian Sayers, with that military grit on the huge sack. That's going to bring up 3rd and 20 now.
Now here's the question, though. Is this Mount Gilead's answer? Have they finally figured out a way to stop Upper Sandusky's running game and also make the quarterback panic and put pressure on him in the pass?
And so caught in the backfield or in the end zone, but he's going to roll out and pick up several yards. Not enough to pick up the 1st down. Going to be about 4th and 9. So a big defensive stop for Mount Gilead. Not that you'd want to watch any other game but Mount Gilead and Upper Sandusky, but OH Report does have a total of 6 live games happening right now. If you don't have 6 eyes, you can catch all the highlights, interviews, recaps, and more tonight at 11:30-ish. It's the Friday Night Pigskin. Now Upper Sandusky back to punt. And the punt is high and fair, caught right around the 38-yard line. A bit of intimidation.
I'll say this. You really need to be careful if you are Keegan Moore there down for the... Nope, not Keegan Moore. I'm sorry. I was looking at the wrong roster. If you are Caleb Francis down by the kick receiver like that, if he touches him at all, you're going to get a flag thrown on you, and that is going to add yards to the end of that catch.
So a scary but intimidating play. I guess scary on both sides of the ball.
Yes, very much so.
Now the snap. Fricky fakes the handoff, rolling right, takes it himself, but is going to be brought down in the backfield for a loss.
Oh, that was not Fricky. That was Carson Trainer in the backfield, actually.
Indeed, it was Carson Trainer. Good call out. So we saw Fricky a bit slow to get up. And Trainer back in again for this play. Fricky walking along the sideline, checking in with coaches. There's certainly trainers nearby to ensure that if he does return, he is in playing condition. The snap, a handoff. He's going to put his head down and perhaps gain a couple. Gain of about 2, bring them back up to that 3rd and 10 almost.
Number 11, Chase Steele on the stop for the Rams.
So a big 3rd and 9. Mount Gilead unable to come up with much yardage outside of a few sparse plays. Trainer back in at QB. He's a sophomore, or he's a junior, I'm sorry. So Trainer with Barnum in the backfield. 3 wide receivers left, 1 right, looks to pass, looks out left, a sidearm sling way over the middle, off by about 10 yards, incomplete.
Now, see, whenever you see something like that, you got to wonder, where was the miscommunication and who was he throwing to?
So that simply wasn't an overthrow. That was a misread of the play, you're saying?
It definitely was a miscommunication because it looked like what happened is Trainer was looking for Moore to possibly keep going, but instead he took a step and turned back.
And now the punt on 4th and 9, Mount Gilead, enemy territory, but having to kick it away, almost blocked. In fact, he may have gotten a hand on it. Fair caught, and they're rushing it out. And it's going to be touchdown around the 1-yard line. So if there's been any light from Mount Gilead so far outside of those couple of stops, it's been a couple of great punts that have forced Upper Sandusky with their backs against the goal line.
So now really the question is, what are we going to see Mount Gilead do? Do we think we're going to see them continue to bring that secondary and just pressure the line and pressure the quarterback and shut down that run? Or are we going to see them back off because maybe now Upper Sandusky wants to back off the run and look more for passing?
So a special team certainly doing their job. It's a question, can the offense borrow that energy as they move into future drives with 4:41 left in the 3rd quarter? Upper Sandusky beginning on their own 2-yard line. Holman with Ward in the backfield. One wide receiver wide left. He's going to take it forward. It's going to be close again. We'll see what they say, and they're ruling it down at the 1 yard line. So 2nd and 11. And dangerous a couple of times with Holman in the backfield trying to break loose. Four linebackers from Mount Gilead right on the line, but it's going to be a false start. Can't back up any further than that.
Yep, definitely saw some movement from the guard there on Upper Sandusky.
So take them half the distance to the goal, and they are literally starting with the ball touching their own goal line. Clocks being ordered to run.
It's definitely cooking.
Clock running, 4 minutes left. Another run. It's going to be close again. And so a 3rd and 11. Seems like Upper Sandusky just trying to survive this drive. Some good rushes we've seen earlier in the night from the Mount Gilead secondary and line, closing up those gaps.
It really seems like the defense has found their stride. Now we just need the offense to find theirs. And I think once that happens, Mount Gilead will start seeing success.
And a deep throw to the wide receiver, and it's caught. So never mind. They're down at their own 35-yard line. A huge pickup for Upper Sandusky. So moving the chains further and further down the field. With the clock running, they are likely playing for that clock.
Clock is definitely against Upper Sandusky here, spending so much time down on their end of the field.
Pressure in the backfield, but Holman finds a way out, and he's going to find even more. It's going to be another first down for Upper Sandusky, so it looked like all hope was lost for Holman, but finds hope along that left sideline.
Number 3, Logan High, ran him out of bounds.
Now, see, what we're seeing from Mount Gilead, when they finally do get that penetration in the backfield, which isn't coming all the time, what we're seeing is a classic example of over-pursuing. They're really committing to only one side and committing to the direction that the quarterback is moving rather than committing to the quarterback himself and making him choose a direction.
So Holman, some more pressure, but finds someone over the middle, slips a bit, brought down for a gain of about 4.
Number 5, Gavin Fry.
Gavin Fry with the reception. You can see the hold there.
Mm-hmm.
And we have the advantage of that replay. Mount Gilead's defense is called the dark side. That's why Darth Vader makes an appearance every 3rd down.
Their theme for their performance is boys bands of the 80s and 90s.
So 2nd and 7, 2 minutes in running. Upper Sandusky leading 12-0 over Mount Gilead. With Ward behind him, he snaps it. There's pressure immediately.
Oh,
he's going to be brought
play.
down. I do think it is going to be ruled down. And we'll see here, it is 3rd down, so Upper Sandusky recovers. Cam Vickers with the sack. So a loss of 6 on the play, 3rd and 13. With time ticking down right along that 50-yard line midfield. Holman with Ward behind him, 3 wide receivers right, 1 left. Looks out, some more pressure, but finds outside. Now the secondary coming in. Number 23 caught along the 40-yard line and wrapped up and brought down. So it will not be enough for the first down.
Gonna see here, Mount Gilead getting pressure on him, unable to wrap him up. 1 broken tackle and then getting the ball up before that secondary could come in. And right there we saw that man from the secondary come in and do exactly what I was talking about before. Rather than pursuing the direction, he pursued the quarterback, made the quarterback make a play.
Great call out, and it looks like a hydration break on the field. Oh no, timeout. At halftime, stick around for our band shows. We'll be playing both of those live. So hydration, always important, especially in these warm, humid conditions. The sweat not able to evaporate off as effectively. Granville leading Clear Fork late in the second quarter, 12-0. South Central losing to Northmore, 33-0. And so more motion.
Looks like the quarterback fooled his own wide receiver with that clap.
So they will back up, and on 4th and 9, we'll see if they will instead punt.
Sandusky is now deciding to punt the ball. Number 3, Kaden Holman. Back to punt for Upper Sandusky, and number 4, Carson Trainer. Back for the Indians.
And so the punt from Holman to Trainer, a fair catch. And fair caught around the 10-yard line. Mount Gilead will take over with very little time left in the second half. They will be back to receive first in the second half. We'll see how they play this. Mount Gilead 1st and 10.
I completely agree, Joe Keane. Joe Keane says Gilead needs to use the speed they have on the outside. I couldn't agree more. I'm seeing a lot of speed from Mount Gilead, but they're always running it too close to the line, not letting their guys get outside. And I think that if they start doing that, we would actually see a much more effective run game. But Coach Reed seems to be obsessed with pounding that ball up the middle.
And as they try it again, perhaps a gain of a couple yards on the run. Clock still running, 2nd and 8, ball on their own 12. Mount Gilead Marching Band taking their positions for the halftime show as they go to meet the band. Now 3 wide receivers right, another handoff. No, he'll take it himself as he runs it up the middle. It is going to be a first down as he's brought down around his own 34-yard line. Gain of about 12. And that's halftime. Coming up, we've got the marching band show, halftime stats, analysis, and more.
Are you ready for the comeback?
3, 2, 1, let's go!
County Hospital, along with Ohio Health, is the official sports medicine provider of Mount Gilead High School. Available 24/7 to care for your athlete, with same-day appointment options available. They keep your athletes healthy and in the game. Morrow County Hospital and Ohio Health are proud to partner with Mount Gilead High School to provide a healthier community, serving teams, parents, and all of Morrow County.
Everybody struggles sometimes. When you need someone to talk to, call 988 or text HelpLine to 898-211 to reach the Suicide and Crisis Hotline. When you reach out to 988, hope always answers.
Take a look at all the action from Friday Night Football right here in North Central Ohio.
This song helped move the King of Pop to an edgier image. Join in with the Ram Band as we start the show with Bad. In 1983, Michael Jackson released the highest-selling album of all time, Thriller. Our next tune was the second single released from the album, and his performance of the song always included some of his signature moves, including the moonwalk and the leap. We know you'll be singing along in your head, so sit back and enjoy the Ram Band with Billie Jean.
switcher. The thing that I see the camera on, there's red and green arrows. And you make number 2 red. Don't say, I don't know what's going on.
Going back even further in Michael's career, our next song was the first single ever released by the Jackson 5. The iconic television performance featured the youngest Jackson was seen around the world on The Ed Sullivan Show on December 14, 1969. 30 years later, the song was inducted into the Grammy Hall of Fame. Here's the Ram Band closing out our Michael Jackson show with I Want You Back.
Can you let Adam back in?
Ladies and gentlemen, the pride of Upper Sandusky, the 2023 Upper Sandusky Marching Ram Band.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is now halftime with the Mount Gilead Marching Band. Tonight, the band presents their show featuring some of your favorite boy band hits. The band begins with a song that was released in 1988 by by New Kids on the Block. Please enjoy You Got the Right Stuff. Next, the band takes you to the late 90s with this mega hit from the iconic boy band NSYNC. It ain't no lie, baby. Bye, bye, bye. The band concludes by channeling the talents of Harry, Zane, Niall, Louie, and Liam as they perform Best Song Ever by One Direction.
County Hospital, along with Ohio Health, is the official sports medicine provider of Mount Gilead High School. Available 24/7 to care for your athlete, with same-day appointment options available. They keep your athletes healthy and in the game. Morrow County Hospital and Ohio Health are proud to partner with Mount Gilead High School to provide a healthier community, serving teams, parents, and all of Morrow County.
Everybody struggles sometimes. When you need someone to talk to, call 988 or text HelpLine to 898-211 to reach the Suicide and Crisis Hotline. When you reach out to 988, hope always answers.
Bryce Coder in the OH Report here with Ike Arrington, coming to you live with the Crown Chrysler Jeep Ram halftime show. Upper Sandusky leading this one 12-0 over Mount Gilead on their home turf. Mount Gilead struggling to get the offensive yardage they need to advance forward, but Holman and his offense finding many options between the pass, the play action, and the run itself. Let's take a look at the stats for the first half. In Upper Sandusky dominating in first downs 11-1 as far as passing yards, 167 passing yards, breaking off some pretty big ones. Mount Gilead with only 15 rushing yards at 63 for Upper Sandusky, and Mount Gilead at 21. 230 total yards for Upper Sandusky, while Mount Gilead is held to only 36. Upper Sandusky did have a fumble that they lost possession of early in the first quarter. Upper Sandusky with 2 penalties for 6 total yards, one of which was right there on the goal line, half the distance to the goal. And then Mount Gilead with 1 offside penalty for 5 yards. What do you think so far, Ike? Obviously, this game, not necessarily as competitive as we would have thought coming into it, but there may be some light from Mount Gilead.
I definitely think halftime is the time for coaches to make adjustments, because in the first half, you see definitely the team that you are going up against as a coach, and you understand, okay, this is what they're doing differently than what we watched on film all week. And now that we've seen that and I can talk to my team, I can get them to make the adjustments that we need to make to be successful in the second half. For Mount Gilead, I definitely think that the offensive adjustment that they need to make is getting their speedy guys outside. Right now, we're just seeing them pound the ball up the middle, which that sort of smash mouth, hard-nosed football can work. But when you have speed like Mount Gilead has, definitely you need to get them on the outside. Their key to victory on defense is going to be finding a way to stop Damon Ward and keep him in the backfield and make sure you're putting pressure consistently on their quarterback, Holman.
And we've certainly seen a lot of Kaden Holman as well tonight. He's been under pressure, but he's made some really good throws. It's even been commented in the comments section where people are saying, look at the athleticism or the experience gap. Peyton Vanderkoy, former Mount Gilead alum, I believe 2011, said he's just throwing the ball so naturally over this Mount Gilead defense.
Yeah, I definitely think Mount Gilead needs to do a little bit better of sticking closer to their man and getting penetration on Upper Sandusky's line. Upper Sandusky needs to figure out a way to keep Mount Gilead out, as we saw their line starting to falter a bit. And Mount Gilead was getting more and more pressure on Holman, forcing him to make more throws. But if you are going to force the quarterback to make hurried throws, you need to make sure you have guys near his receivers so that he either has no way out or you force an interception or force him to throw it away.
So some tactical changes we're hoping to see from both sides as Mount Gilead looks to adjust. Perhaps some adjustments as well from Upper Sandusky as they're beginning to see maybe what is working for them and isn't working for them in the first half. We have seen a couple of drives where they did struggle, but more often than not we're seeing them come up successful with big throws on third downs, big runs on fourth down even we've seen a couple of times, right? And really being aggressive in these 4th and 7 scenarios.
What I think Upper Sandusky needs to do is keep mixing it up on defense. You can't just keep giving the ball to Ward. Sure, that's working, but for how long once Mount Gilead finally catches on? So they need to keep mixing it up. They need to keep Mount Gilead on their toes, guessing as to what's going to happen in the backfield. And I think that defensively, really, you could say that they don't need to make adjustments, but a team that doesn't make adjustments is a team that dies. So we'll see exactly what Upper Sandusky's coach was seeing in his defense that maybe we did.
Great point. So Damon Ward will be back to kick off to Mount Gilead. We've seen a couple of short ones so far. Student section getting live in the background, as you can see, for Upper Sandusky. It's going to be a line drive to the right returner. He's going to find some room on the left side. He's going to break loose. He's going to be brought down somewhere around the 45-yard line inside of Upper Sandusky territory. And now a flag on the play. Likely, I believe, a sideline infraction, as he threw the flag towards the sideline, towards those coaches.
Could be a sideline violation, possibly a late hit or a block in the back as well.
Another look at this. It looks clean up until that point.
Looks like a little bit of a communication struggle between the referees.
As they are moving way back. Looks like that one called on assistant coach Jared Rule, celebrating on the play.
Here we'll take a look at it on the replay. And it looks like the penalty is out of frame there, so...
And so they will be moved back 20 yards. Taken down around the 45-yard line. Now it's a 15-yard. And perhaps 2 personal fouls on the play, a handoff in the backfield. And so Cole Fricky back in the game. We saw him slow to get up earlier, and Trainer filling in on a couple of reps for him. But Fricky is back in the game. Now slow back into the huddle. And the defense set, waiting for the offense to take position. Now Fricky alone in the backfield, 2 wide receivers left and right. Quarterback puts him in motion, going to take it himself up the middle, finds a hole, jukes inside to the right. It's going to be a decent gain, probably about 9 yards on the play. So that's going to bring up 3rd and 1. Big spot here as Mount Gilead has a bit of ambiguity.
Now, see, what I think we might start seeing is a little bit more of those trick plays like we just saw there. Very good sending that wide receiver in motion, faking that handoff. Mount Gilead can be sly and a little bit tricky, so it's interesting to see them start trying to embrace that a little bit.
And brought down, but a first down all the same. So Mount Gilead picking up some much needed yardage on the offensive front. Now the second first down for Mount Gilead of the evening. Perhaps a bit of life into this Mount Gilead offense, carrying over from the special teams. Handed off to the left side. He rolls out. He's going to be brought down by the waist. Crosses into upper Sandusky territory. Brought down around the 49-yard line, I believe. Yes, the 49-yard line. So 2nd and 1.
Fantastic run by Mason Barnum there. We're really seeing good vision from the Mount Gilead runners so far in this second half. Doing a good job. They're looking down the field, keeping their eyes up. Really great to see them doing this.
And so pass, it's going to be low. There's some pressure in the backfield, but just going to be outside. So another 3rd and 1. See if they put it on the ground again. Now with Fricky, 1 in the backfield, 3 wide receivers right. The snap, he's going to take it himself right up the middle. He's going to pick up the first down. Brought down around the 46-yard line. And so some motion, the Mount Gilead offense gaining momentum as they themselves are starting to nickel and dime their way down the field.
Hey, nothing wrong with getting 3 yards at a time.
3 yards wins championships. In the snap, fakes the handoff, takes it himself up the middle, brought down around the line of scrimmage. The linebacker is excited about that stop.
Now see, the linebacker there really put Fricky in a tight spot. He was zoned in on both options there, forcing Cole to make one of 2 decisions. Either give it to the running back and lose the yards that way, or keep it himself and lose the yards that way.
Fricky, 1 in the backfield. Another handoff, going to be stopped right there at the secondary. He's going to fight for maybe a few more yards. They're going to move forward perhaps about 2 or 3. Be a gain of 3 on the play. So 3rd and 6. Mount Gilead able to convert 2 big 3rd down scenarios, but they were 3rd and 1. Now with a 3rd and 6 situation, perhaps they still have that same ambiguity, but we will see if they put it in the air this time as they threaten to get deep in Upper Sandusky Rams territory. With 2 wide receivers right. Fricky, the running back in the backfield, 1 wide receiver left, running back on his right side. And the snap, searching for receivers, throw to the left, and it's going to be caught. Brought down around the 32-yard line. The cornerback tried to call it incomplete, but they are going to call that a clean catch.
And I would say that it's a good thing that he caught that too. Otherwise, might have been called for a PI there. It looked pretty close to me. We'll see here on the replay. Watch as he comes in just a little bit early, starting to take the receiver down before he had his hands on the ball.
So now the snap, a little bit more speed out of this offense. And he runs it up the left side. Going to cross the 30-yard line onto the Rams 28. Some great running, but runs into that secondary as we've seen time and time again so far. That middle linebacker and that outside linebacker doing a great job of doing that run, stopping it once they get through the line, limiting the damage. 2nd and 5, Mount Gilead with the ball. Wide receiver in motion, the snap, it's a handoff. Brought up the middle, he sees space and he's continuing to run forward. He's inside the Rams red zone. Around the 19-yard line, another first down.
Now that we're seeing Mount Gilead in the red zone for the first time, we see they have a head of steam. They came out to prove that Upper Sandusky isn't going to manhandle them, and the line has just been proving that in a fantastic way.
And the snap, Fricky taking it himself, brought down by the legs right around the 17-yard line. So 2nd down, a gain of about 1, 2nd and 9.
I'm interested to see if maybe the coach's play calling will change being in the red zone.
And another
but it doesn't look like it.
Brought down around the 15. It's going to bring up another 3rd down, this time about a 3rd and 5.
So we've been seeing they've been running the ball, getting to 3rd down, and then passing the ball and getting out of it. Do you think we're going to continue to see that trend happen, or do you think maybe Coach Reed will think Upper Sandusky's going to catch on to this? Let's keep it on the ground this 3rd down.
Well, that's interesting because we've seen a little bit of inconsistency, right, from the throwing over the head, outside of their reach. We've seen maybe 2 completed passes this game. I think they kind of have to stick with the run, but going forward, we'll see what happens. Fricky this time tries to take it himself, brought down around the line of scrimmage, maybe a gain of 1. And so 4th and 5. We'll see how Coach Reed plays this.
Now, Mount Gilead is inside field goal range, but you would hate to see such a drive like this end in only a field goal. And I think Mount Gilead might just be bold enough to try and make a touchdown happen.
It looks like they are leaving the offense on the field. A big 4th and 5 situation on the Rams' 15-yard line, trailing by 12. And the snap looks right. It's a pass. The curl route catches him at the 5-yard line. He tries to fight forward, brought down around the 3-yard line. And so a 4th down conversion puts Mount Gilead within a few yards of striking distance, getting on the board for the first time tonight.
What a great job by receiver Cam Vickers. We're going to watch him here Cole Frigge stays in the pocket, and he runs that button hook, comes back around, and is immediately met with the ball. Great job by the quarterback and the receiver to make that play happen. We're getting to see Mount Gilead down inside the 5 for the first time tonight. I can smell that 6 points.
And with a whole set of downs to work with on the 3-yard line, he's going to take it himself, but brought down short. Maybe a gain of 1.
Ricky keeps himself up the right side for a short gain. Number 2, Damon Ward on the stop for Upper Sandusky.
About half a yard a gain, 2nd and 3. Carson Trainer coming in. And the Rams, who have seemed to have answers for this Mount Gilead offense all night long, coming up short on this drive so far. 2nd and 3. Man in motion in the backfield. He's going to take it himself towards the end zone, and he's going to score. Mount Gilead's going to put up their first points of the night, 6-12. And you can hear the energy from this Mount Gilead crowd. And a beautiful light show. This is incredible, actually.
Holy moly. Bryce, you and I have not been back to Mount Gilead for a long time. Since then, they've redone the stadium stuff. This is all new to us.
Yeah, absolutely.
I am loving this.
We have a great light show, a fantastic turf field, a beautiful track, whole different facilities since we went to school, right?
Oh, entirely. And it's only been like 4 years since I've been gone. It's been about 6 or 7 since you've been here.
Yeah, and a light show that they're trying to figure out. Maybe kicking a field goal in the dark.
Oh, I say go for it.
All right.
I say go for it with the lights flashing.
We've got
Makes
our lights
it even
back.
more impressive.
That's like Savannah Banana baseball right there. Mount Gilead football. So Fricke to kick the PAT. It's going to be no good. So Mount Gilead trailing 6-12, but able to pick up a score for the first time in the 3rd quarter. You're watching high school football live and free on the OH Report.
Everybody struggles sometimes. When you need someone to talk to, call 988 or text HelpLine to 898-211 to reach the Suicide and Crisis Hotline. When you reach out to 988, hope always answers.
Bryce Coder in the OH Report here with Ike Arrington on color commentary. Mount Gilead just picked up a big touchdown, got the point after blocked, I believe, but still some life out of this Mount Gilead offense after only gaining about 40 yards in that first half. Mount Gilead suddenly coming to life with about an 80-yard drive.
Now, as you could see on that replay there, just a massive gap for the quarterback trainer there to run through to get that touchdown.
Hard to see on that point after if it was duffed or perhaps blocked. Barnum with the kickoff. It's a low one, and it'll skip around the 25 where it's recovered by Upper Sandusky. Running out to his left, running parallel down the sideline. He's got a little bit of space. He's going to cut in, but they're going to start around the 47-yard line inside Mount Gilead territory.
On a PAT like that, when it's missed, you always got to wonder what went wrong. Perhaps, you know, Fricke's leg seized up. Maybe there was a bad hold, or who knows exactly what it was that happened. Sometimes you just miss.
Perhaps that's what it was, as it was not a very pretty kick at all. Now with 2:09 left in the third quarter, Upper Sandusky leading this by 6. They're going to fake the snap and catch almost the entire defensive line on Mount Gilead offsides. So after getting only 5 penalty yards in the first quarter, they're already at 35 penalty yards.
So now after Mount Gilead started to figure out how to stop the Rams offense at the end of the first half, it's going to be interesting to see how the Rams adjust.
And Holman with a beautiful throw to the right side into the backfield, but carries it across into the around the 35-yard line as he's tripped up. So the 36, another first down for Upper Sandusky. So Holman with 2 wide receivers on either side of him and Ward behind him. The snap, it's going to be a handoff to Ward. He's going to find a gap on the left side and fight forward. Another good play forward.
Looks like he gained about 8 yards or so there.
A healthy gain. Mount Gilead scored there quickly.
Good pulling guard. Number 58 there, really sealing off the hole for his running back. Great job.
I love your recognition of that.
Oh, as a big man myself, being on the line, you're like air traffic control. Unless something goes wrong, you never get any credit.
And that's going to be a deep throw into the end zone as the wide receiver runs over the pylon. It is a touchdown. So after giving up a touchdown, Upper Sandusky quick to get their own on a deep pass into the end zone from Kaden Holman. And so 18-6. And a deep throw. It's number 5, Gavin Fry on the touchdown reception.
Deep throw, but also Holman just making it look easy, absolutely effortless. He has been on target all night.
And that's something that you certainly don't see in high school football all the time, is a solid quarterback who has all of these different options around him and can make use of them the way he does. Wide receiver in motion, the snap, they're going for 2. A fade out to the right side, and they're going to convert the 2-point conversion. So Upper Sandusky leading this one now 20-6. You're watching high school football live and free on the OH Report.
Morrow County Hospital, along with Ohio Health, is the official sports medicine provider of Mount Gilead High School. Available 24/7 to care for your athlete, with same-day appointment options available. They keep your athletes healthy and in the game. Morrow County Hospital and Ohio Health are proud to partner with Mount Gilead High School to provide a healthier community, serving teams, parents, and all of Morrow County.
Yeah, it's the comeback. Are you ready for the comeback?
Bryce Coder with the OH Report, taking another look. Kaden Holman with the deep touchdown pass. He just so effortlessly flings it into the end zone, burns both of those corners.
And there we're seeing a little bit of what I was talking about in the first half. Mount Gilead really needing to stick to their man more. He was wide open in open space.
So a low kick over to the left side, or the right side again. As he runs towards the left sideline. He's brought down by the waist. Mount Gilead wants a penalty for late hit.
Now, I can understand why Mount Gilead might want that, but you have to understand he was already falling, and he is allowed to finish the tackle, even if it does result out of bounds.
So some great officiating there to recognize that, not get caught up in the hype of that moment. 56 seconds left in the third quarter. Mount Gilead taking over on the 34-yard line, 1st and 10. The snap, he's going to run it up the middle, be brought down for a gain of a couple.
Mount Gilead continuing to just play that smash mouth football, running it straight up the gut every time. I mean, I can't blame him. It worked for him last drive.
That small ball that we're seeing from Mount Gilead, and we saw kind of the difference in these teams where, you know, Upper Sandusky's throwing 20 for 40 in their first game, whereas opposed to Mount Gilead where they only have 5 of 10 the first game, throwing a fourth of the passes that the Rams threw last game. So quarterback alone in the backfield, 5 wide receivers in the snap. Looks out to the right, some pressure, a sliding catch. He catches it right around the 38-yard line. Not enough for the first down, but Mount Gilead, again, close, probably within 3 or 4 yards of the first down. That's going to end the third quarter. And Upper Sandusky leading this one 20-6 over the Mount Gilead Indians at home. You're watching high school football live and free on the OH Report.
Are you ready for the comeback?
3, 2, 1, let's go!
Morrow County Hospital, along with Ohio Health, is the official sports medicine provider of Mount Gilead High School. Available 24/7 to care for your athlete, with same-day appointment options available. They keep your athletes healthy and in the game. Morrow County Hospital and Ohio Health are proud to partner with Mount Gilead High School to provide a healthier community, serving teams, parents, and all of Morrow County.
Everybody struggles sometimes. When you need someone to talk to, call 988 or text HelpLine to 898-211 to reach the Suicide and Crisis Hotline. When you reach out to 988, hope always answers.
Yeah, it's the comeback. Are you ready for the comeback?
Bryce Coder and Ike Arrington on the OH Report as we're joining you live right in the middle of the play. Forward progress made on third down. I don't think it's going to gain much.
Looks like they're going to give him a yard or so.
So in a fourth quarter scenario, do or die for Mount Gilead. 4th and 2.
Looks like they're going to be punting it away.
And they are going to be punting it.
You know, looks can be deceiving. I've seen fake punts before.
Always good to keep in mind. And they sneak it to the quarterback, and he crosses for the first down, I believe. It is a first down, so the fake punt is going to allow Mount Gilead to get the first down.
Wow, what a trick here. I don't even know if we're going to see it. Our cameraman was definitely fooled.
Oh, we were all fooled. And he's a great cameraman, but how could you not be fooled on a play like that? Freaky in motion in the backfield, lines up under center, and immediately snaps it and pushes the ball forward. Ball in the 45, Mount Gilead snaps it, a run right up the middle. He breaks one tackle, continues to push forward, and that's going to be another first down for Mount Gilead.
Now we're seeing the Mount Gilead that I think we saw against Triad. They're coming in. They are pushing that ball through the middle of the line. They are not taking no for an answer anymore when it comes to rushing.
And breathing new life into this Mount Gilead team, you can feel the energy permeating in this stadium. in fourth quarter as they continue to advance the ball upfield. But with this slow pace of action on the run, 3-4 yards at a time, you have to wonder if they have the time to come back in the fourth quarter. The snap to the running back, a gain of maybe 1 on the play, and he's brought down.
Pressure's up the middle for a gain of 1.
Now, see, I think we're starting to see Mount Gilead's line start to falter a tiny bit again. The Smash Mouth football is working, going in hard and fast, and running that ball up the middle is starting to work. They're wearing down Upper Sandusky. But what we need now from Mount Gilead for that running game to really be successful is that big push from the line, getting up into the secondary and really letting that running back spring forward.
And certainly that's something we've missed tonight, is that push from the line of scrimmage.
The Mount Gilead's line really just having a hard time overcoming the size of Upper Sandusky's defense.
And wide receiver throw over to the right, that's Cam Vickers, the intended receiver. Great timing by the corner to hit him exactly as he throws, or otherwise without that contact it might have been caught.
Had good pocket protection from Mount Gilead's line though. Although maybe they're not being able to push their line around, but they're definitely able to keep them back.
And so 3rd and 9, a long third down from Mount Gilead. We've seen them convert on these several times already, but the question is, can they continue to live or die on 3rd and 4th down? The snap, it's a pass, looks towards the right, and it's broken up, almost intercepted, but there is a flag on the play.
Looks like it's going to be PI on Upper.
So a pass interference on Upper Sandusky. The ball will move forward.
Let's take a look at that again, see exactly what the ref saw. Definitely, you could see 23 at his arm wrapped around Vickers there and kind of spun him away from the ball a little bit. Great eye by the ref.
Ref right on that one. That's going to move Mount Gilead forward for another first down. Their 8th of the half alone.
Now, this looks like a completely different Mount Gilead than we saw in the first half. They came out with a fire lit under them in the second half.
And so a run inside. Barnum with the run taken down. So clock continuing to wind down. 9 minutes left. 2nd and 8 for Mount Gilead. Bailed out on the penalty. They're glad to be close to that red zone of Upper Sandusky. Fricky back to the huddle and finally calling a play. Fricky with Jones in the backfield, motions him out. He's going to take it himself, taken down around the line of scrimmage. Hit came in a bit late. No flag. So a gain of 2, a 3rd and 6 now. Third and 5 on the 25-yard line. Fricky back to the huddle. And Upper Sandusky, with all the answers tonight, only slipping up once on the scoring drive.
I have a lot of Indians fans coming in from Hudson, Florida.
And he's going to break loose on the run. Fricky, he's going to break inside for the touchdown. Mount Gilead picks up another one with 7:44 left in the fourth quarter. They're trailing 20-12. And with a 2-point conversion, or even the field goal.
Now,
they
here
can
we're
put
going to see right there, that key block right there on Upper Sandusky's number 11 is really what allowed Cole to spring free there.
And a 25-yard touchdown run from Fricky made possible by that dynamic block. And Mount Gilead going for the two-point conversion.
Mount Gilead gets his two-point conversion. We just saw one of the best turnarounds that I have ever seen in a high school football game.
And waiting for their opportunity, and finally they strike. Fricky motions the running back out. He's going to take it himself. Jukes around. Doesn't look like he's going to get it. So it's going to take a touchdown and a two-point conversion for Mount Gilead to tie this if they get the ball back. You're watching high school football live and free on the OH Report.
Everybody struggles sometimes. When you need someone to talk to, call 988 or text HelpLine to 898-211 to reach the Suicide and Crisis Hotline. When you reach out to 988, hope always answers.
Bryce Coder, Ike Arrington, OH Report, 7:44 left in the fourth. Mount Gilead picking up a big touchdown on a run by Cole Fricky. Heads up running, avoiding those defenders for a 25-yard touchdown. Still trailing this one by 8 after the failed two-point conversion. And it's a short kick towards the sideline, recovered around the 35. He's just going to take a knee right around the 38, 39-yard line. Mount Gilead's 39. That's where the Rams will begin their drive. So in the first half of this game, we weren't really seeing much to be excited about. A couple of big pickups from Holman, but now this game is much more competitive. Holman with Ward in the backfield, two wide receivers wide on either side of him. They're going to call an audible.
Mount Gilead not fooled by that fake snap twice.
And it got him bad last time, about all four of them. The snap looks towards the right side, throws it to Fry. Fry has some trouble with it, but it's going to be called incomplete. Incomplete. The Indians think that this is a fumble recovery, but the referee is in motion incomplete.
Right there you see a great job of Mount Gilead sticking real close to their man and making sure that even if he would have completed that catch, he got nothing from it. Great job by the Indians. Great job by the quarterback. It was really just, that's just what football is. One great play countered by another.
In Fry, he's been deadly tonight receiving, but drops that pass. It was almost a fumble. Holman moving wide receivers. They're flipping the play, it looks like. He's got three wide receivers right. Ward in the backfield. Ward right behind him, the snap. He looks to throw right, finds number 23. It's complete. He's breaking outside, and he's fast. He's got daylight. I don't think they're going to catch him. He's going to go all the way. Touchdown! Number 23, Ethan Hill.
No, right there, that was a fantastic play. Holman actually moved his receivers to that side, and then you had a fantastic block by number 5, Gavin Fry, to really spring him forward, and that is exactly what you like to see from your offense if you're Upper Sandusky's coach. What a great play.
And again, taking the breath out of this Mount Gilead team, every time they've managed to score, Upper Sandusky coming back with a quick one of their own. They're leading this one 26-12 with 7:23 left in the fourth. And so the kick is blocked. And so
Mount Gilead busting through the line. Not a prayer of stopping him.
And gets a hand on it.
51, Shane Carpenter, senior, busting through the line. Not a prayer of stopping him.
And a big play after big play. You're watching high school football live and free on the OH Report.
Morrow County Hospital, along with Ohio Health, is the official sports medicine provider of Mount Gilead High School. Available 24/7 to care for your athlete, with same-day appointment options available. They keep your athletes healthy and in the game. Morrow County Hospital and Ohio Health are proud to partner with Mount Gilead High School to provide a healthier community, serving teams, parents, and all of Morrow County.
It's the comeback. Are you ready for the comeback?
Bryce Coder, Ike Arrington on the OH Report. A big touchdown for the Rams and a big block field goal. And Ward lining up for the kickoff. We've seen them kick it to the right side several times. The kick is off. It's on the ground, a rolling one. It's going to be recovered. Some yardage moving forward, so great heads-up play brought down on their own 41, and that's where Mount Gilead offense will begin.
Now, see, I don't really blame Upper for squibbing that kick because we have just seen Mount Gilead's returners really just get them great yards every single return. So I think that actually is a smart move by Upper Sandusky's coach and keeping that ball on the ground so it doesn't get back to him.
A lot of that light we have seen from the special teams tonight, providing the big plays when they needed them. Snap, 3 wide receivers left. He's going to fake the handoff, take it himself. Going to be a sizable game, probably about 6, I believe. 6 or 7. Now 2nd and 4. 7 minutes and running. The Indians running out of time at home to mount this comeback. We've seen life out of them a few times in big plays on the run, but quick answers from the Rams. Runs a pass play here, looks towards his right side. Not a great spiral, but it is completed. Pushed back a bit and brought down right around the 44-yard line. 3rd and 5. Another 3rd down for Mount Gilead.
Great job by Fricky to stay in the pocket and to just make sure that ball got to where it needed to go. It's just unfortunate that where that ball went, there just really wasn't much to be had.
And Fricky with the snap, takes it himself, brought down, maybe even in the backfield. They're stopped right there at the line. It's going to bring up 4th down for Mount Gilead. The clock continues to eat. 5:40 and running. A 4th down scenario. We saw them with the fake punt on the 4th and 1. Likely won't see that again, but anything could happen.
It doesn't even look like the special teams unit is out there. It looks like they're keeping the offense out.
They will be. We've seen some variance with the pass later into this game, not so much early on. We'll see if they push for those yards or if he takes it himself. He's alone in the backfield. 3 wide receivers left, 2 right. The snap looks right. It's going to be a deep throw to number 18. It's on target.
Oh!
He's going to catch it, but it looks like he dropped it. Incomplete, so it's going to be a turnover on downs. He had possession of the ball, but when he hit the ground, it knocked it loose.
And that's the rough thing about being a wide receiver, is having to maintain that possession all the way through until the end. You can see here, Fricky has all the time in the world. He had great protection, and then Vickers just unable to keep the ball in his hands when it hit the ground. You know that he's probably going to be beating himself up over that, but that was a hard catch to make after it got tipped by Upper.
Especially with that mask in your face, limited visibility, trying to find the ball in the Friday night lights. It was a difficult play, unable to come up with it. Now Holman with 3 wide receivers right, 1 left. Ward behind him, the snap, hands it off to Ward. Ward tries to find a hole but is brought down for maybe a gain of 1 on the play. 2nd and 9 coming up on the Mount Gilead 46-yard line. So the Rams again in Mount Gilead territory, this time likely looking to just eat clock with only 4 minutes and 30 seconds left. So the 2nd and 9 scenario, looking at the same type of set, Ward behind him and the 4 wide receivers wide. Moving Hill in, and it's a pitch over to Ward. Ward barrels down for a gain of about 8. They move towards that first down marker.
Great play there. Number 5 here trying to seal off. Gavin Fry trying to seal off that runway, but unable to keep Gabe Simpson out away from his running back.
And now Holman with the same set looks right, throws it to Hill. Hill's going to run outside. They are going to cross the first down marker and gain a few more.
Yeah, see, that was a great job there. Actually, by Mount Gilead, we saw that play. That was the scoring play that we saw Upper Sandusky use last time. But you could see there, number 15, Gabe Simpson, really just shove off that Upper Sandusky defenseman, saying, "You're not keeping me away from him this time." That was good recognition by Simpson to really make sure that that play did not escalate into the same thing it did before.
So the snap to pitch outside again. Ward continuing to push forward. Another healthy gain. Later into this game, Mount Gilead not really having an answer. You can see the light show from the Upper Sandusky student section.
Yeah, they're trying to answer for the stadium lights.
Yeah, get their own little light show going.
Mount Gilead's band actually responding in kind. We can see down here on back to our left.
Yeah, so they're having a dueling light show between the bands.
Man, I remember when the marching band duels was just playing Barbara Ann faster and faster.
So Ward takes it in. Gain of about 2 or 3 on the play. A bit of chippiness after the plays. Looks like from both sides. Looks like quick reactions, perhaps a bit of pushing after the play.
Well, it's important to remember tensions run high here, and especially in high school football. These teams, I mean, you know, maybe somebody says something, someone can really take it the wrong way, and you can a lot of times, see, threats or even, insults where really there isn't any implied. But,
Gotcha.
you always, you defend your team and your side no matter what.
And a run on the play. It will be 4th down, perhaps a gain of 1 or 2. 4th and 3, so a gain of 2 on the play. A minute 20 left, so it does seem that Upper Sandusky will be the victors. Mount Gilead trails 12-26. Upper Sandusky will go to 1-1 on the season. Likewise, Mount Gilead 1-1 on the season. And so a timeout. And a timeout from Upper Sandusky as they look to continue to move this clock down. We'd like to thank our sponsors for always allowing us to be live and free. Ohio Means Jobs, Morrow County. Need a current job list, help with their resume, or practice interviewing? Morrow County, Ohio Means Jobs provides many services that can assist you. Stop in and give them a call at 419-946-8480. Morrow County Hospital providing great care locally so patients do not have to travel far to receive quality expert health care. North Central State College providing individuals with the knowledge, skills, and inspiration to succeed in their chosen paths. And HelpLine. Are you a friend or a family member struggling with depression, thoughts of suicide, or other mental health concerns? HelpLine is here to listen 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Call or text our free confidential suicide and crisis line at 988 or text HelpLine to 898-211. So with 56 seconds left, Holman takes the pass, throws it to the left side, and it's completed. Looks like it will be a turnover on downs. So the second turnover for Upper Sandusky tonight.
First down, Mount Gilead.
So 1st and 10, Mount Gilead taking over on their own 22. Slim chance for them to come back. And Fricky alone in the backfield, looks left, the throw, he slings it, it's going to be complete, shakes the corner, but ends up getting taken down by the momentum, a gain of a couple.
Once again, I think we're seeing the dangers of turf rear its ugly head on that play.
Slipping on the turf again. 2nd and 5, 25 and running for Mount Gilead. Looks to his right for some consolation points. Completes the pass. A good job of passing. Makes a bit of contact with his own receiver there. And a timeout from Mount Gilead. So it will be a 1st down for Mount Gilead. Mount Gilead will be taking on Grove City Christian at Grove City Christian on September 1st at 7 p.m. Upper Sandusky taking on Galleon at Galleon on September 1st, looking to improve their record to 2-1. And perhaps the talk just letting his offense know to stay in it, continue to fight, especially early on in the season. I mean, that's what you're looking for as a coach, is who's the person who's still fighting when hope all seems lost.
I completely agree. Early in the season, it's very important to be able to identify who your leaders are on the team. You definitely want your older guys to step up and be those leaders, but sometimes you have younger guys that will really step up and keep people up and keep their hopes up and just say, guys, I know this was rough, but we got to just put our nose to the grindstone, make sure this doesn't happen again.
And pressure to, looks like, Trainer potentially. A throw high.
Looks like
I believe it's intercepted. And no, that's
what they're calling.
Fricky threw the interception there. Perhaps a bit of desperation. Now with 3 seconds on the clock, we'll see the victory formation from Upper Sandusky as they pick up a big win, evening out their record. And a fantastic performance so far from Holman. He's going to be our player of the game. We'll speak to him coming up in just a few short minutes with 3 touchdown passes. And so now the victory formation, they will kneel it out. And with 0 on the clock, Upper Sandusky Rams winning this one 26-12 over the Mount Gilead Indians here at Mount Gilead. We're getting a look at the handshake. Coming up next, we've got the post-game stats, MVP interview, analysis, and more later on tonight around 11:30. Catch all of those stats and highlights on Friday Night Pigskin. You're watching high school football live and free on the OH Report.
Are you ready for the comeback?
3, 2, 1, let's go!
Morrow County Hospital, along with Ohio Health, is the official sports medicine provider of Mount Gilead High School. Available 24/7 to care for your athlete, with same-day appointment options available. They keep your athletes healthy and in the game. Morrow County Hospital and Ohio Health are proud to partner with Mount Gilead High School to provide a healthier community, serving teams, parents, and all of Morrow County.
Everybody struggles sometimes. When you need someone to talk to, call 988 or text HelpLine to 898-211 to reach the Suicide and Crisis Hotline. When you reach out to 988, hope always answers.
Take a look at all the action from Friday Night Football right here in North Central Ohio with great analysis, highlights, coach interviews, and so much more every single Friday night right here on the OH Report.
Everybody struggles sometimes. When you need someone to talk to, call 988 or text HelpLine to 898-211 to reach the Suicide and Crisis Hotline. When you reach out to 988, hope always answers.
Hello everybody, welcome to the Morrow County Hospital Player of the Game segment. We're here with Kaden Holman, quarterback for Upper Sandusky. He had 3 passing touchdowns and 195 total passing yards, earning him the title of Player of the Game. Kaden, you had an outstanding game today. What would you say was the biggest adjustment that Upper Sandusky had to make after losing last week?
We really had to work on our H calls and our bubbles and stuff like that. We got our receivers blocking in practice, and then our scout teams in practice pushed us a lot harder this week and gave us a good look for Mount Gilead.
All right, and that's awesome. So what were definitely some adjustments that you had to make on the fly today during the game?
They were blitzing the inside linebackers, and they were showing it, and then at halftime we made an adjustment, and we talked to our O-line, and they got it fixed. Give me time.
Awesome. Now, we really saw you really putting passes on the money today. Were there any big plays that you made today where, you were kind of just had to stop and think for a second? What just happened?
The one where I scrambled out and found my running back Damon Moore in the middle of the field was pretty cool. And I like to think that I can do that, and it's not that difficult for me. And that's why I like doing it.
Awesome. Now, lastly, I just got to ask, anybody you want to shout out, anybody else you want to give credit to, and just look right into the camera there and just...
I'd like to shout out my whole O-line. They played a hell of a game for me, and they played really well. And my O-line played really well. I'd like to shout out them.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Kaden. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Are you ready for the comeback?
Morrow County Hospital, along with Ohio Health, is the official sports medicine provider of Mount Gilead High School. Available 24/7 to care for your athlete, with same-day appointment options available. They keep your athletes healthy and in the game. Morrow County Hospital and Ohio Health are proud to partner with Mount Gilead High School to provide a healthier community, serving teams, parents, and all of Morrow County.
Everybody struggles sometimes. When you need someone to talk to, call 988 or text HelpLine to 898-211 to reach the Suicide and Crisis Hotline. When you reach out to 988, hope always answers.
Take a look at all the action from Friday Night Football right here in North Central Ohio with great analysis, highlights, coach interviews, and so much more every single Friday night right here on the OH Report.
Bryce Coder, Ike Arrington with the Crown Chrysler Jeep Ram post-game show. Up for Sandusky picking up the 26-12 win over Mount Gilead at home. They're going to go on to face Galleon on 9-1 at Galleon. Mount Gilead's going to face Grove City Christian on the 1st. Later tonight, we've got Friday Night Pigskin. Catch all of our highlights, stats, and more action with the OH Report crew. Taking a look at the stats for tonight's game. Upper Sandusky with 15 first downs to Mount Gilead's 10, 266 passing yards, diminished the 55 for Mount Gilead, 74 rushing yards for Upper Sandusky, but 117 for Mount Gilead for a total of 340 to 172 yards. 2 turnovers on each side of the ball, a fumble for Upper Sandusky and an INT for Mount Gilead, and both sides had a turnover on downs. Upper Sandusky with 3 penalties for only 17 yards, Mount Gilead with 4 for 40. We're coming to a close for tonight's showing. I'd like to thank all of our sponsors tonight. I'd like to thank Adam Thompson, our director, and Jeremy Peoples, our fantastic camera operator. I'd also like to thank Ike Arrington and all the folks at the OH Report. Thank you, and we'll catch you at 11:30.